Hey guys, Kenzie here, creator of the Kingdom of Isolation. I just want to say from all of us here that have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to get all these episodes out, thank you so much for your support throughout this year. It has been an incredible year celebrating 100 years of the best known animated studio in the world. And honestly, we cannot thank you guys enough for the support you've shown throughout this year, especially over the last few months where I've just worked tirelessly getting these episodes out. So the plans heading into 2024, we're going to be covering the rest of the Pixar films. We're also going to get Wish. We're also going to get Wish done, and the anniversary special will be probably looking at how the entire list ranked. Looking at how the entire list ranked, and then we'll go into the top 10 highest scoring films in the Kingdom of Isolation. Throughout the entire run of animated classics. And then I'll put that ranking and I will put it up on my Letterboxd account and I will update it accordingly whenever a new animated film comes out. So, we've got Pixar, Wish. I've mentioned that during the summer, I'm going to be doing a season of sports films to get us ready for the Olympic Games. And I, for one, am really excited. I always look forward to the Olympic Games. And there will be a couple of Olympic-themed films that will be covered here. So I'm really, really looking forward to that. And we're also going to be looking at potentially, depending on how quickly I get through the Pixar films, doing another. Actually, I might keep. Depending on when Inside Out 2 comes out on Disney Plus, depending on when that comes out, I'm still going to go and see it on the big screen. Depending on when Inside Out 2 comes out on Disney Plus, I'm going to get that film covered. And then I might get a Halloween special and a Christmas special. So I'm going to get the Christmas special anyway. That one, it's definitely going to be Home Alone 2 next year for next year's Christmas special. So don't worry about that one. Halloween special, Hocus Pocus. We'll get that done as well. And then depending on how quickly I get through the Pixar films, we'll see what happens when it comes to getting the getting a start on the Disney Toon Studios films, otherwise known as the direct-to-video sequels. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So again, thanks very much for your support throughout this year, and we're going to be looking forward to seeing you guys again in 2024, where the only way to go is up from here. But until then, again, hope you guys have a wonderful new year. I'll see you guys in 2024, and I'll see you next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.
The following episode of The Kingdom of Isolation contains footage from the film being discussed. The footage is used solely for the purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support the animators by watching this film on Disney Plus or home media where available. This episode also contains spoilers throughout.
Hello, my fellow Disney fans, and welcome to the final episode of the Kingdom of Isolation for 2023, When times of trouble, why not celebrate the magic of Disney? And today, we make it to the end of the animated classics lineup for the time being with Strange World, which came out just last year in 2022. As I said, this is the end of the animated classics lineup for the time being, as Wish is still in theaters at time of recording. I've worked tirelessly over the last couple of months getting all these episodes done by the end of the year. A well-earned rest is definitely needed. But before that, let's get into this for the last time in 2023. Now, this is the first time we'll be seeing the Disney 100 intro in these episodes, as this marks the start of the centenary celebrations. This new arrangement of the ever-iconic When You Wish Upon a Star was composed by Christoph Beck, and the intro was revealed at that year's D23 Expo. Might try and head there at some point. Add that to my bucket list. Now, originally, Hocus Pocus 2 and Disenchanted were supposed to debut using the Disney 100 intro, but they ended up switching to the 2006 or 2011 2006/2011 logo instead. This was originally going to be titled Searcher Clade. Now, Strange Worlds was the name of two 1950s American science fiction comics. One was by Avon Comics, and the other was Atlas Comics, which was the predecessor to Marvel Comics, which Disney owns today. We're introduced to a civilization called Avalonia, with always a win Alan Tudyk providing the narration. There was an alternate opening where Searcher didn't go on the expeditions with Yeager, and Searcher made a vow to never be like his father. This, alongside three other deleted scenes, are provided by the heads of story, David G. Derrick Jr. and Lissa Tryman.
Never heard the meaning of the word afraid. Hard as nails, blazing trails, staring danger in the eyes. He's the manliest of guys in your grade. The one and only.
Yeah, that's one way to introduce the manliest man with the manliest choir and the manliest music, provided by always a wing composer Henry Jackman. Now, Lorna Balfe was originally going to score the film, but they would have been busy, most likely. They would have been too busy with Top Gun Maverick, alongside my favorite composer Hans Zimmer. But Jackman ended up replacing them instead. Probably a good choice to have Henry Jackman on board. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, back to the manliest introduction. Yeager Clade is the manly man in this intro, in a very cool comic book style. If we got a film animated like this, I'd absolutely be on board with it. Damn, I miss hand-drawn animation. Now, he has his son here, Searcher Clade, by his side throughout his manly adventures. Oh, yeah, cast. Need to start going through the cast. Yeager is voiced by Dennis Quaid, best known for films including Far From Heaven, Frequency, Inner Space, and The Day After Tomorrow. Jake Gyllenhaal provides the voice for Searcher, and he was alongside Dennis in The Day After Tomorrow, and was also Mysterio in Far From Home, the second in Tom Holland's Spider-Man trilogy. Okay, Disney, can we get a TV series with this intro? I want to see more of this world.
Exploration is no joke.
Wow. Yeah, I'm with you on that one, Searcher. Now, it'll be inevitable. I'll be making jokes like that whenever I have kids. Oh, actually, come to think of it, I do make those sort of jokes, and I don't even have kids right now. That's my son, goddaughter, but that's beside the point.
Whoa. What are you?
Now, curiosity almost killing our explorers after that moment. And Searcher finds some plants that have some form of electricity flowing through. Jaeger decides to head off alone while the rest of the crew are tasked with finding their way back home. Classic case of father-son tension at this point. One of the crew is named Callisto, who's voiced by Lucy Liu, who's been part of the 2 Kill Bill movies, Chicago, Charlie's Angels, the Kung Fu Panda franchise, the Tinkerbell franchise, and Fury of the Gods. Now, Jaeger is German for hunter, which contrasts with Jaeger's son's name, Searcher, and serves to illustrate the difference in viewpoints for the first parent-child relationship the viewer is introduced to. There's a deleted scene here that combined with elements of what we saw in the film. Thanks to David G. Derrick Jr., where we get a statue of Jaeger, who went on his next expedition and didn't make it home because he's, I don't know. And then Searcher gets the idea after discovering this this electric plant. They can use that to generate their own electricity. So, but again, David said that they actually combined elements of this original scene with what we got in the film. Fast forward 25 years and some beautiful music at this point in the film. The plant Searcher discovered is called Pando, and now he has a wife, Meridian, and his own son, Ethan.
Good morning, babe.
Coffee first. Good morning later.
I got you.
And I like Searcher's relationship already. I'm absolutely in love with music here. So let's go through the rest of the family then, shall we? Meridian is voiced by Gabrielle Union, who's been in Bad Boys 2 and Bring It On. I actually quite like Bring It On with Kirsten Dunst in it. The cheerleading one, folks. Cheerleading one. Ethan is voiced by Jabuki Young White, who would go on to be in Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken the following year.
Just came back from the game shop. The special edition of Primal Outpost just dropped. They sold out in 15 minutes.
What? They sold out already? Oh, I knew I should have camped out.
Don't worry. We didn't forget about you.
I like Ethan's friends, going the extra mile to get him a copy of a game he's been after.
I knew you had to work this morning, so I made sure we grabbed you a pack. You did? That's really sweet.
Ugh, okay, we have allotted 3 to 5 minutes of cute flirtation. Can we open our packs already?
Okay, if the flirting wasn't obvious enough, Ethan is definitely interested in Diaza. Making this makes this the first time as well that we have a gay teen romance in an animated film. What makes it even better is that Searcher is fully supportive towards his son regarding this relationship. Okay, can we just take a moment to bask in how whimsical the music is here? Easy to see why Henry was the better choice for the music.
You know he's gonna grow up to be just like me. And leave you just like I did.
Oh, didn't expect that. Now the family are having a blast making dinner to some very lively music when Callisto! Good to see you again. And you're Avalonia's leader now? Well, looks like we have our main plot kicking in now, where the Pando is supposedly being infected. So, expedition time to try and save the day then, I guess. Alyssa Twyman gives us another deleted scene about a heartfelt moment that was cut due to pacing issues between Searcher and Ethan, which I can't risk showing because that's a whole can of copyright worms I am not opening anytime soon. But what happens here is that Ethan wants to go on this adventure with Searcher. Searcher says no because he doesn't want Ethan to be following in his footsteps. And part of that is down to in this deleted scene, he says that he never had a good relationship with Jaeger. But nevertheless, Searcher and Callisto head off on the expedition to save Pando. Anyway, Meridian finds Searcher to make him aware that Ethan is on the ship. Oh, God damn it, Ethan. Now, the visuals here, they have some parallels to C.S. Lewis's sci-fi Out of the Silent Planet. This is no joke, guys. This is no joke. I genuinely wish I had more behind-the-scenes stuff for you. But all I have are the deleted scenes from Disney Plus, and that's it. That's all I've got, apart from the stuff I found on IMDb. And there's hardly anything on there, which is really frustrating. I really hope we get more behind-the-scenes info when Wish comes around.
But Dad...
This is why you stay on the. This is why you should have stayed on the farm, Ethan. Meridian's ship goes down, and she manages to guide the main ship Venture into this strange world, if you will.
Of course I understand you. What do you think I am, one of those mindless monsters?
Huh?
That's right, bub. You're in the presence of the one, the only Jaeger.
Dad?
Dad?
Oh, lo and behold! So as it turns out, Jaeger's been down here for the last 25 years. Ethan decides to drive off, and oh yes. Oh yes, Disney know how to pull out all the stops with animation like that. Another deleted scene gives us some backstory to Meridian's character, where she used to be a stunt person. Thanks to Alyssa Troyman for introducing this deleted scene, and these deleted scenes I bring up today can be seen on Disney Plus. If you just go to the extras tab, you'll see the deleted scenes in there alongside a couple of other things as well, which I didn't have time to incorporate into this episode. Nevertheless,
Instead of going over these mountains, I'll go under them. Even if I had to fight every monster down here, nothing was gonna stop Jaeger Clade from fulfilling his destiny.
what is with Jaeger's obsession with getting over the mountains? Or under them, in this case.
Oh, what?
I am going to kill Sheldon!
What?
I always hated him.
You've never met
I
him.
hate his name. I know, probably hate his face.
Yep, he's taking this really well.
Okay, I immediately no longer like you, Jaeger. Ethan's being led by a Reaper Scout, which doesn't bode well. Jaeger saves Ethan, and all manner of hijinks ensue. They're chased by the Reapers, his flamethrower runs out of juice.
How are you my dad?
Oh, you want to have that conversation? Well, when two people love each other.
Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking! Stop talking!
Jaeger, get on with it! Meridian and Callisto save the trio and make it back to Venture, where Ethan got some splaining to do. Montage time, exploring this strange world, and Jaeger, oh my word, he's had a glow up and he looks good. And Jackman gives us some incredible music throughout, as well as some incredible visuals.
If you really, really want to impress this fella, this is what you do. You get him into a dangerous situation, like maybe one in which he almost dies.
Jaeger, either that's not so subtle foreshadowing, or just really bad advice. I'm going to go with the latter. Ethan, word of advice here. Don't let them play Primal Outpost with you again. Because it's clear as day, they have no idea how to play the game. What does Ethan do? He storms off because these idiots have no idea how to play the game. When it isn't that complicated. You don't kill the monsters. You try to live harmoniously around them. Wait a minute. Isn't this just basically Settlers of Catan? Isn't Primal Outpost basically just Settlers of Catan? And one of the cards Searcher has ends up being Doom Geyser, which leads us to the next scene where they actually make it. And Jaeger still calls it the Burning River. Splat, yes, that's the creature that Ethan becomes friends with. Splat manages to get the creatures to navigate the Burning River, do an aileron roll. Sorry, Star Fox fans, I had to ruin the joke. Get surrounded by creatures. Searcher learns how to throw, and they make it to the other side.
You see, I've been an explorer my whole life. Chasing that horizon, that's all I've ever known. Even though it cost me everything.
Yeah, that's what happens when passion becomes an obsession, Jaeger. And believe me, I've been there more times than I can count. The Reapers are back, and yet they didn't attack? Huh. What's about that? They didn't attack. Oh, that explains why. Turns out the Pando is infecting what turns out to be a creature on the inside. We'll get more into that in a minute. Alrighty, Henry Jackman, flex those composer muscles. What do you have? This'll do. More father-son tension when Ethan and Searcher come to blows over what Ethan wants. And they made it to the other side, where there's nothing but water and a giant creature. Huh. How's about that? Meaning they have to let Pando go. Jaeger and Searcher hit breaking point. The crew hit breaking point, as now the conflict ensues with Searcher's half needing to save Avalonia by destroying his legacy, while Callisto's half want to continue harvesting Pando. The creatures turn out to be the immune system. Splat helps Legend open the door and take back control of the ship. Jaeger almost makes it to the exit. Searcher tries to dig through the Pando without success. Jaeger comes back and helps Searcher save the day, destroying Pando, saving the land in the process. And what a triumphant piece of music. So, thank you, Henry. Wait, did we celebrate too soon? No, we didn't celebrate too soon. We didn't celebrate too soon. We just had to wait for the moment of defeat before the ultimate triumph. Oh, I'm gonna miss Splat. They make one more stop for Jaeger to see what Searcher and Ethan discovered earlier. Everyone makes amends. Fast forward 1 year, where Ethan's now in a relationship with Diazo. Jaeger finds Penelope and meets Sheldon for the first time, and Jaeger retires to be a farmer with his son while we see the giant creature on a water-covered planet. Jaeger's wife is named Penelope. This is a reference to Homer's epic poem, The Odyssey, in which the hero is away from home for 20 years and needs to travel through strange places and fight unusual monsters to return and reach his wife Penelope before she moves on and gets married to one of the suitors trying to win her hand. This came out last year and somehow gave us... Take it away, Nostalgia Critic.
Wait. I can't comprehend this. An environmental message that's subtle?
Also, love the end credits for the cast. So there we go. That did not take me as long as I would have thought. So there we go. The story gets an 8. It's okay. Doesn't feel too bloated. But at the same time, though, I don't know. There's a couple of weak points here. Classic adventure film. Finding a lost relative. There's few tropes here we've seen before, but I'll say this though. Good job on having a subtle environmental message this time around. The characters also get an 8. I don't know. The characters just feel a bit off for some reason. It's tricky. It's tricky to give this a higher score. Part of it being down to a couple of pacing issues potentially, and some of the actions. There wasn't really much in the way of danger or conflict throughout this film. It only became a major issue towards the end. And there wasn't... I feel there weren't enough moments of tension between our main Clade trio. The visuals, they do get a 9. While I did enjoy the visual presentation of the strange world that we explore, the character designs I wasn't too big a fan of, to be brutally honest. The soundtrack, though, can't really fault it. That gets a 10. But now the legacy, and this is where the score goes down. This is where the score goes down. So, the theatrical release. Here we go. Strange World premiered at the El Capitan Theatre in Hollywood, Los Angeles on November 15th, 2022, and it was theatrically released just over a week later on November 23rd. Despite being theatrically released in most regions, Strange World was not released theatrically in some regions due to Disney's opposition to local regulations regarding theatrical windows. The company announced on June 8, 2022 that Strange World would not see a theatrical release in France and would instead go straight to Disney Plus in the region, following its theatrical release in other regions. Deadline Hollywood reported that Disney pulled out for a theatrical release in 20 countries, mainly the Middle East, Africa, South Asia, Russia, and China. A Russian release had already been pulled due to the ongoing invasion of Ukraine, while Disney opted to exclude releasing other regions due to the inclusion of a gay main character. Ethan Clade, this was done to prevent those regions' censorship of LGBTQ plus references, as a main storyline in the film revolves around Ethan having a crush on another boy called Diaza. This was the first film to feature the commemorative wedge I've already gone through. Tim Davies conducted it. When you wish upon a star arrangement, by the way. Marketing. Following the project announcement, the first look concept art of the film was released on December 9th, 2021. Max Every of Slash Film said the image looked a lot like Avatar, or at the very least, the Pandora section of Disney World's Animal Kingdom. The marketing campaign for Strange World began on June 6, 2022, with the release of a teaser trailer. Petrana Radulovic for Polygon felt it was an homage to retro sci-fi flicks, and similar to Raya and the Last Dragon. It definitely seems to lean more into the action rather than Disney's typical musical fantasies. A new trailer was shown at the 2022 D23 Expo, and the official trailer was released on September 21st, 2022, followed by a cast reaction video a day later. Lex Briscuso of Slash Film says, it honestly looks like a breath of fresh air when it comes to animated family stories. A special look trailer was released on October 19, 2022. Rafael Motamea of Slash Film said, though the upbeat song and focus on last kind of sells this as a more formulaic Disney film in terms of tone, the prominent use of monsters and big action hopefully makes this more of an inventive film from the studio. Two featurettes, Welcome to Strange World and 100 Years of Amazing Characters, which showcase the characters of Splat and Legend, were released on November 3rd, 2022 and November 8th, 2022, respectively. Streaming and home media. Here we go. It released on Disney Plus on December 23rd, 2022, 30 days after it got released. Strange World was the 8th most streamed film across all platforms in the United States during the week ending December 25th, 2022, and the 6th during the week of December 30th. Strange World was the 6th most popular film on Fandango's transactional digital service Vudu during the week ending January 1st, 2023. Walt Disney Studios Home Entertainment released Strange World on Ultra HD Blu-ray, and DVD on February 14th, 2023. So 3 months, not even 3 months after the film came out. Huh. $38 million in USA and Canada, and a further $35.6 million in other territories, with a worldwide total of $73.6 million. Following its poor opening weekend, it's estimated that the film lost nearly $200 million, making this an even bigger box office bomb than Treasure Planet. Ouch. Strange World was the most watched movie worldwide on Disney Plus on the last week of 2022 and the first 2 weeks of 2023. It topped the Disney Plus chart in almost every country where it was available. 72% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is a bit disappointing. It got nominated for 2 Annie Awards, didn't win any. Black Reel Award, a GLAAD Media Award, International Film Music, nominated for Best Original Score, and Visual Effects Society, February 15th. So yeah, nominate all nominations and no wins. That's a shame. That's a shame. But I think overall this is probably one of the weaker films that Disney have done. But that's just me. That's just me. This is probably one of the weakest films they've done. But a score of 79%, given the legacy of 4.5, is still pretty good, but not quite good enough to get anywhere near the top of the board. So, the last ranking update for the time being gives us in between The Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad and Peter Pan. So, there we go. That is it, folks. That is it. We've done it. We've got to the end of the Animated Classics lineup. All 61 films that are available that I've covered so far. Oh, we're done. We did it. And we got it done by the end of the year. So, that being said, hope you enjoyed this episode of the Kingdom of Isolation looking at Strange World. If you did, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to be part of the Kingdom of Isolation yourself, you can hit the subscribe button down at the bottom, click the bell, and turn on notifications so you don't miss when an episode goes live on this channel. And that is the last episode of 2023 for the Kingdom of Isolation. Thank you so much for everyone who has helped make this year one of the best years we've ever had in the Kingdom of Isolation, celebrating 100 years of wonder with 100 years of Disney. So, all that's left to say is hope you guys have a wonderful new year. We'll see you guys in 2024. But for the last time in 2023, we'll see you guys next time in the Kingdom of Isolation.